Good morning. How are y'all doing? That's a good transition, right? Someone with their first cup of coffee in the morning. I need a sip. Another sip. That's good. Okay, so it is... What? Holy crap, what? It's a Saturday, isn't it? Yes, alright, there you go. Yesterday was a Swedish holiday. It was actually the national holiday, so... Well, maybe you call it the National Day. Celebrating our beautiful country. And it's not like I spend a lot of time consuming various things that would keep you from being optimal the other day. No, I just spent it. It's a normal holiday, and it feels that today should be a Sunday. But it's actually a Saturday. I'm quite happy about that. One more day of being just lazy. No, one more day of focusing on other stuff than work. It's gonna be fun. Right. Today, I believe we will focus on working in Substance Designer. It's not going to be super long, complicated process. Partially because I don't see the texture that I do want to make, which is that detailed texture I mentioned yesterday, with the clouds, or not the fog. I don't see that being overly complicated. What was that? I don't know. Overly complicated. Turn the lights down a bit. Instead, I see it as more of a experimentation stuff, like adding what would this texture look together with this, how will this affect the fog. So we're gonna spend probably tops in batches 10-15 minutes in Substance, move it over to Unreal, see the effect on our fog, and if there's something I like about it, if there's something I think this could be cool, or I don't know, whatever it is, we'll see it, we'll look at it, we'll judge it nicely, of course. We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, especially not the textures. They are important. We're also going to spend some time looking into how to actually set up a proper volume texture in Unreal. I scratched the surface once or twice. It's been a while, and like a week or two ago, I looked at a tutorial online, always online, right? And I don't remember much of it, other than there's settings we need to look into. So I might also do some YouTubing or Googling on the side. So hopefully I'll not bore you while staring onto the side of my screen like this. Other than that, if unlikely, we'll finish this off before the end of the day. Probably not even halfway through the stream. I don't expect this to take long. Once we've done this, I'm just gonna bring up my notes again so I can see what I'm talking about. I want to look at the arm animation. Again, nothing too seriously complicated. I think we're still very early in the process of the game in general, so going too deep into a animation asset at this stage doesn't really make much sense. why I'm doing it though is because I was inspired the other day. Let's go back about a week. As I was out walking around, I got this inspiration where I wanted to try making this with code. Mostly because I want to see if I can do it, rather than thinking that this will be a new super efficient, powerful way of doing this type of animation. Probably will not be the final setup for this type of animation. Did I forget? Oh, I did. I forgot my water bottle. I'll fix that in a second. So yeah, I think that could be a fun challenge. It's not going to be done by the end of the day though. So it's going to be a two-parter at least. Probably more than that. Again, depending on how successful I am to execute certain stages of the pipeline I have envisioned in my head. I do sound like I have like this big amazing thing going on. It's more like the animation roll around joint. Perfect. What do you think of my stone man, caveman impression? Wouldn't say it's too bad. So, like I scattered brain mentioned, was that I forgot my water bottle, so I'm just gonna take a few minutes, not even a minute, to pick it up, and might have to fill it too. So it might take a bit longer, but I'll be right back. I'm back. I got my water bottle. Was watching another streamer going live this morning. I usually don't. He's not a streamer usually. He was opening packs, magic packs. And it was Final Fantasy themed. And although I do like magic and I do collect, I don't consider myself a very peripheral. I sound incorrect. I'm not a huge nerd of magic. I do like it though, and I play it and I collect it. I do. I have a big collection in my eyes. It's about a few thousand cards. My point is, he was opening Final Fantasy packs of Magic the Gathering. It makes me wonder, is that the latest pack? I'm just gonna quickly look at this. The release. It's the official one. I mean, looking at these arts are beautiful. It's one of the things I've always loved about Magic. It's got some really beautiful art. And I don't know if it's controversial opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of these crossover world types of events. I'm sure there's a good reason for Wizard of the Coast to do these types of things. I mean, for any studio or any company, it likely brings in quite a lot of money, and I understand that. I personally would love to see the world of Magic be the world of Magic, not these. I can't help but feel it's cheap. That's my gut feeling. It feels cheap to have these crossovers, but then again, everyone has their thing. I'm sure people love these cards. I'm all for that. That's perfectly fine for me. But that was a quick rant. Sidetracked. Didn't get my answer on my question whether or not this is a new pack or not, but I will leave it at that. I might look into it afterwards. So, I think we could just get started. It's nothing much else I need to tell you at this stage, so I think we just should get into this. But where to start? Is it better to take the first minutes and look into how to do volume textures? I might just do that. Unreal Engine number 5. Let's go with that. Should it be import volume texture? That. Just make sure it doesn't come through sound. I'm gonna go to you. See what he has to say. Very small window. I need to move it over. You'll have to be you have to look at my face for a bit while more. No, you don't actually. Let's move over to let's do this. You can look at substance design instead. I don't know if my face is that fun to look at. Perhaps. Alright, so let's see. You're telling me to activate a few things. That's not what I'm interested in. Okay, so there should be a button. Do I have Unreal started? Let's see if that button's still there. So, and what else do you do? Is it that simple? Could be. He selects a. Okay, it seems like it's that simple. And if it is, this is gonna be a lot easier than I thought. Well, no, that's an exaggeration. It's still gonna be some challenges, but the first part that I was worried about or unsure how to proceed with was just to create volume texture. And it seems that part will be very easy. Let's confirm it though. And the way we will do that is we're going to search for Berlin. And I'm going to right click it. There it is. Yeah, alright. So it seems this is a one-click solution, or 2 clicks. So we're fine. We are fine. While I'm in Unreal, I'm just going to make sure I have a proper place to put these. Let's do a noise. Let's do that. All right. So the first test we'll do is just to export a cloud. I want to see what the absolute basic textures do to these to the fog. And let's try a cloud. Let's try them all actually. Let's try all clouds. I think that could be fun. And we're not going to... That's actually a good question. I don't think there's a limit to the number. It shouldn't be. Right? Because, no. I don't see that being an issue. Let's just go with it. Alright. My brain went to this place where, hey, can you have multiple noises in one texture? I'm like, of course you can. Then it went, are you sure? And I will say that I am pretty sure it's fine. If it isn't, we'll adapt and make changes at the latest that we know is update later on. I don't really have a reason why it wouldn't be fine. So that's why I'm not going into any particular details about it. So I don't know. It was just a thought. All right. So what we want to make is a back texture. Actually, we can do 4 if we want to. Okay, let's try another one. So another one is called moisture. It's actually horrendous, I think. It's very useful. Perhaps horrendous is a harsh word. Oh, a tip I saw from this YouTuber. What's his name? I should probably look that up because he is amazing. And if you're into substance designer, I think this guy and his content, although it's not a lot of content, but they're thorough. They're really good. Let's see, I do follow him, I believe. And if you're interested in like the details of certain things, like why certain nodes work the way they do, I highly recommend this guy. It's a good name too. So his name is Johnny Nodes. Highly recommend them on YouTube. It goes through multiple, like how does various nodes actually work, and it's in depth. Some of his videos are hours long, and it's amazing, fun stuff. All right, back to it. So what he mentioned in one of his videos is balance in the histogram of each of these like default nodes in Designer. And it's the cloud's not bad. The cloud 2 is not bad if you can. Oh, actually, it's terrible. You can see it's missing data. The range isn't full. So what we're looking at is probably the like a clamped version. It is clamped. I don't know if the proper word to use, but let's go with clamp. So what you would do is that you will add an auto level to increase the range, and then also if you want to, I'm not sure this step, neither of these steps are necessary in themselves, just gives you more data to work with, and that's a good thing, unless your computer starts to complain about processing, but we're not going to get there in any shape of the word in this day while working on these things. All right. So let's see. We're going to adjust this slider a bit so that our big chunk data, histogram data, is at the middle. And we're going to do the same for the other ones. So let's go with, you know, I'm going to be pedantic. I'm going to be doing this. 1, 2, 3, moisture. There we go. Are you in any shape? Yep. Let's duplicate these. And that, actually that put it perfectly in center. And I'm going to do this. You don't have to be this pedantic, but I am. How about you? Yep, same thing. So let's copy you 2, and we're gonna have to adjust. Where's the reset on? There's a reset somewhere, isn't it? Apparently not. So this, I'm not gonna be super careful. Again, we're just testing right now. We're gonna do that. Don't think the moisture has that same issue. Let's just make sure. Where is the reset? Reset all. There you go. Alright, and we're going to throw you into the alpha. Now we have 4 we can play around with. And we're also going to do a few more things. I'm not going to adjust scale. Are we? No, because that's just going to make it smaller. No scale. I'm going to do random disorder, random seed. Let's do random seed on U2. And the disorder. Let's keep this up. I'm not sure these steps are necessary. It's going to be a lot of those steps today. Like, are these necessary or not? Probably not. And do this. There's quite a bit of other stuff. What else can we do? I like that. And angle stuff, randomness. Let's just do a few angles like that. Okay. Need an output. The output needs a identifier. Good. What's a good name? I always struggle with names. I should just put in anything at all. What are these? They're either black and white, the noise. They are noise, that's the simple point one. Let's just go with C0 noise. It's a terrible name. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Let's do an export group. Again, that is not necessary, but I like to do it. Keeps, if I have multiple outputs, adding a group name to specific ones will help me sort them out in the export window. It's not a big deal, especially now that I only have one output. But usually I would have at least 5 or 6, maybe even 8 outputs, depending on project. I've been lately using 8 outputs, but 5 of them, or even, no, sorry, 6 of them are never exported. They're only used to view the material inside Designer. So by adding the other 2 that are exported into an export group, I can keep that one checked and uncheck the base material ones. So I don't have to worry about that. So I can just right click on my graph and just click export. Let's, it's going to need a label, isn't it? No, I don't think it needs a label. Let's do a export. Where to though? Yes. Yes. What was the name of the folder again? It's a noise folder, that's fair enough. Select. I selected my path. I go with P and G. Ariga. Pretty sure in this case, and in most cases, TJ will be mostly the most useful. So let's try it at least. Alright, now we can see that. Need a T for texture. I need a graph name. I don't think I do. Let's do it like this. Label. No, I can't name it procedural. It's just too bad. Too bad of an poorly. It's actually getting me upset. No, it's a terrible name. Maybe a bit. See, black and white. Hmm. What else? Oh. See what names we can get. That's terrible names. Oh, okay. Those are absolutely horrendous names. See, what were they called in Unreal? Oh, the pearly noise. Is this actually a pearly noise? I mean, it's not pearly noise I'm thinking of. Exactly. I assume. Well, actually, there are a few samples online that suggest that it is actually a Perlin from the cloud that I've been using. All right, fair enough. That's likely a discussion that's been going on, or what to call it. I'd be surprised. So, all right, let's go with Perlin cloud noise. There you go. Do this. I don't remember. Will automatically add the that. There you go. I like that a bit more. Save you again and add a one at the end. Do that. Could probably have added it. Oh, never mind. Let's do it this way. It's a bit more procedural that way. Oh, there you go. There's no lines. Bear with me on this. I kind of want this to be correct. I do not like it when I have multiple naming conventions in my projects. We're almost done. I think this is it. We're going with the raw color space. Yes. Anything else we need to do before exporting? No, I think that's it. Then in real noise import the Yeah. Why is it adding? Ah, for some reason I do have GIMP installed. I understand that, but that's the type of the texture. It's called the file. It's a GIMP 2.10 TGA. Not sure why that is happening. It's weird. Okay, so let's check settings. Usually like to go with the BC7. Don't go with the sRGB. Don't need that. Let's see. Without. Larger chat. Nice. Great. Focus. I feel like I'm distracted. We have noise. It's in our level. That I'm gonna make you do a volume. So you're going to be a VT volume. No. You're not going to be VT volume. You're going to be a VT Perlin cloud noise 1. And I think we're going to make you a separate folder. Yeah. Level, we have the cloud. Check what it looks like quickly. Right, so everything is working. Don't need you right now. Next, we're going to materials volume. So we're going to replace these now. Or rather than replacing, we're just going to try out. Can I do that? I don't think I can because there is something called a volume. Sampler. Where is it? Where are you? Is it this one? No. Of course there isn't. Nope, it's not that one. I saw something else though. Let's go with the texture object. It's really missing something here. Right, you are something related to texture volumes, are you? Yeah, parm volume. What's the difference? Let's try this then. And easiest way to do this, I think, rather than doing this, actually, we're going to do it this way. You are going to push in red, you're going to push green, and you're going to push blue. Then we'll figure this one out. You don't like this? Something doesn't look right, does it? What are we looking at? Perhaps this isn't possible then, because I need. Oh, I made some thing not working. All right, have a. What am I missing? Let's go. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong. What is that? No maps, masks. That's that too. All right. All right. This seems to be more involved than I thought. Why? Why is it crooked? What's going on? Need to remove you. Go back. Right, what was I missing? Game. Weird stream doesn't. Yes, what else? Also because I added a. Which is a TGA file? I don't know. Don't know. Looking. Can't really tell. What makes his the example I'm looking at else? Okay, let's see if Unreal's official stuff works better for us. They are looking for a texture sample volume, but I think that's what we had. Not enough. Let's borrow you. This needs to be set to. I just gave it to you. Now you're being a bit annoying. No, you're not. It's my bad. My bad. See this being different. I'll make a mistake. This section. Good, okay. Last thing I did was wanting this to become some kind of me slowly going through this type of thing. Right, fair. Can you show me what it looks like? Perhaps not. Oh, look at this. This is likely due to this being super tiled multiple times. That's better, is it? Okay, so what am I missing? So the setting in my texture, is it really? Doesn't feel like it is. This doesn't look correct to me. This looks even worse. Import as 256. Is that? Where are you? Yeah. Okay. It's something involving this. I feel like I should be able to do a hacked version of this and not rely on like multiple textures in just a single channel. Do I need to recreate this? No, source texture. What if I do this then? Really not solving this, are I? Present settings. Okay. You're now complaining. Hmm. Let's go back to go to you. Port. Where are you? Why is this one like a perfect cube? Why is it? Why it's not even a cube? Let's just that. Blend. What is missing? Alright, let's try this then. I doubt this is the case, but it is worth trying. I hope. Let's try PNG. With that. For this, we might need a rethink. Now. Your PNG now. There you go. From you. Okay. Chances are I can't do the merging, or there's something in designer. Okay, I need some water. Okay. So quick rethink. See if we can find some steps to take. I want to try exporting it as a single channel. Chance the export setting, which is raw, might be an issue. I can't tell you why, because I don't know. It's from experience, I've seen it happen before. But again, I don't know in this particular case if that's the case, if that's what's happening. Am I doing something within designer? No, not really. So if we do this and export that as PNG, the label, none of these, export. We're going to you, we're going to re-export you as something like this. You're complaining now. Either it's not working or I need to no. Alright, so something is absolutely wrong. I set up. Let's see. Oh, let's just reset. Yep, that wasn't much help. Have real engine. Great. Volume. Texture needs to be an official one, right? Okay. There is a chance I need to go into my engine file. Let's just see if that's let's do this. This is in is it in engine or source? Remember. No, so it's an engine. No? This should be easy to find, shouldn't it? Is this hard? Config. There you go. To find script engine rendering settings. Okay. Spell correctly. Right there. Okay. I wanted to do. Okay, so there seems to be a missing line. And they recommended me to turn this off first, so let's close Unreal. You're gonna have to look at my face a bit more. Almost done. Let's do a copy again and let's add it to this part. Render settings. Okay, let's save it. Let's see, where's Rider? Try that again. And actually transition back. Here we go. That wasn't what I wanted. One texture. Right. Let's see if it works. Boom! It didn't. Awesome. And that is why. Why is it? Or is it correct? I don't think so, because when I look at the other one, what's the difference? What's the difference? Is it now? This one has it on all sides. Mine doesn't. So what am I missing? Is it an export thing? What about this? Oh, it is an export thing, isn't it? I'm exporting it not correctly. It's something else. Okay. Then it's a Google thing again. Let's see. What to look for it this time. Export. Something else. Texture. Have they done anything inside here? That I can see. Go for something else. Real engine. Custom. Yeah, are there anything? Help me. Hmm. Same shit. Just repeating itself. See what this site has to say. That. Alright. Hopefully I can find something. Yeah, this guy has the same issue I have. Right. Done all of these steps. Okay, so this guy claims that he just did this. I doubt this will work. Wait, what? How does that even... Yeah, how does that... Wait, what? All these seems to be... Alright. Yeah, something's absolutely not going the way I want to. There doesn't seem to be any real good documentations going for it, at least not what I can see, without spending hours searching. Feel it's likely something to do with my source texture, but I can't say or tell. I figure what is it? Does that make sense though? Search for the problem itself. Back to that guy. I feel like I'm just staying silent, staring at the screen. It's no fun. Try it one more time. Ask. Okay. Perhaps is there a there are 3D stuff inside. I need to know. That's not how it works. Be gone. That is a color. Never used those before, so I'm not going to try now. Let's see. While that is generating an answer for me, I'm just gonna go grab some more coffee, so I'll be right back. Let's have a sip. Let's see. Done these steps. I need to. Why is it asking me to create new material each time? Okay, here we go. So it's saying that it might cause issues. Let's try it this way instead. Export. Okay. What? Okay, so okay, that's a target. New file. Go. Let's just make a new one from you. Okay. Still telling me that it's yeah. Let's see if I can find that video I saw quite a long time ago, though, fortunately. Trying this monitor instead. It's such a long time, so I can't imagine finding it. They tell me some requirements for these. Perhaps. Perhaps it is still a setting thing. I'm gonna give this a few more minutes. If I can't get this to work, I'll leave it for side. I'm doing it offline. If I can figure it out. And get back to you because I feel this is not fun to watch. Maybe I've never been fun to watch, who knows. Either way. It's right there. Perhaps I need to rebuild Unreal, that might be the case. I want to do that on stream though. No, I don't. That's gonna be boring, and I have no idea how long it will take. So I'm gonna do it this way. Let's make this an offline thing. And I'll figure it out. Let's call it that. Which means that I have nothing left on the update fog material to do. At least on stream. So instead, I need to kind of swap mindset there. I guess what we could do instead for the next hour or so is to start looking into the character arm animation instead. Let's see, how would I do that though? Would I do that? I guess we could create a new class. It's a test. Or should I go into... What if we create a actor component and add that to the character blueprint? Can I do that? I don't think I can because an actor component can hold or could it move? This is new to me. This is why I want more experience with C++. Let's see if we can ask a question. What I want is so the character enhance input class. Do I add stuff like this where I want to animate an arm to that? Is that good practice? It would be better to add meshes to the blueprint than create an act component that handles all the movement of that arm, or that mesh. That's what I don't know. Okay, see what we are suggested by the AI. So the question is, and I'm repeating myself a bit here. I have the blueprint for the character, and in that character you have the code class that drives the movement of that character, like the inputs, the enhanced inputs. And I'm hesitant to add things like ArmAnimation, which they are technically driven by the input, because if I press F, which is my button for activating or deactivating or enabling, or anyway, it activates my light source. But I'm hesitating because I don't want to have that code in the enhanced input. I want to keep the enhanced inputs as purely that, nothing else, no other types of code. This might be a bad practice, and I might have to contact a few friends after this to check with them. They're more savvy when it comes to C++ than I am, by miles. Or alternatively, instead of, and I'm not sure if this is even possible, if it should be done. Possible probably, but should it be done, that's another question. Should I add an actor component to my character class, a character actor instead, and in that component have all the code, and that component drives the animation of my character's arm. That way I'll keep the input code separate and clean, and I can have the component handle the logic or the animation itself. There are likely downsides to either one, or one is a bigger mistake than the other. Hey, what's up, Serial? How you doing? I'm trying to figure out something, and it's not going well. It's one of those days. I'm not sure if you heard my ramble the past minute or two. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put my code or how to initialize. So I have an idea in my head where I want to create a simple animation for my arm that's going to hold the lantern for my character. And instead of doing that with a animation file from Blender or whatever, I want to do with code because it's a simple rotate, right? From the shoulder as a shoulder joint. Well, my question is, should I add this to the character class code, or should I create a actor component, assign that to the actor, the character actor, and have that component drive the code for that animation? I'm thinking we'll keep the enhanced input code clean, while I can use the component for all the animation stuff. It's probably a very beginner question, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm asking around online with chat GPT if I can find any type of clues as to what to do. I feel the component would be more modular, a more modular approach. And well, chat is recommending the component. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But because I'm not experienced with C++, I have this anxiety building up inside me, saying, is this even a reasonable thing to do? Is it a good thing to do? I mean, I can always try. If it doesn't work, I've learned something, right? It's not like I'm gonna crash and completely destroy my project. But it seems like you're thinking that at least it's a possible thing to do. It's not like I'm way deep into something really dumb. Yeah. Okay. Do I need that though? Again, I'm treading in deep water. Not sure. Because what I've done before is that I've had other classes, like, let's say, the character class, which has a component to it. In this case, it will be like something I called an activator, which is just, there's something you can interact with in the world. Go to it, click on it. When you do, you call certain functions from the component, but through the character class. And I'm thinking, if it's just going to be a rotation, I can just use a lerp function and just lerp between initial rotation and then target rotation. Then again, many questions. And I should probably just try it out. Feels a reasonable approach just to spend a few hours experimenting. Awesome. All right, but if you say that it's possible, and also chat GPT is also saying that it is a reasonable approach, I'm always careful when it comes to chat GPT, but it's increasing my confidence in my approach, so I think I will try it. In the worst case, I can just delete it. It's not going to destroy anything. All right, so with that comes the most difficult part of all. Okay. Can't say I've used that approach before, so I probably need to look into that, see if there's some extra benefits to it. It was fun learning new ways to do things, so let's see. Yeah, the most difficult question of them all now is, what do I call my actor components? It's kind of weird. The things that tend to keep me from being productive, like stops me in my tracks, always names for some reason. I had to name a texture earlier. That didn't take more than 10 minutes. No, not at all. Weird stuff. How do you feel about volume textures? Do you know anything about that, Noriel? I'm trying to create one. And it's supposed to be simple by just right clicking and create volume textures, but I'm getting these weird artifacts. It probably makes sense. I don't know what that would be though, but it looks quite weird. Oh, okay. Fair enough. No, I'm trying to create the 3D noise textures, and this is what it looks like when I'm using Unreal's built-in stuff. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, we all have our expertise, right? No, so what it meant to look like, let's see if I can find it. It's kind of fun. Let's see. Need to be able to spell. Perlin, where are you? No, it's volume. Okay, let's do it this way instead. Can never remember where it is. So yeah, so it's meant to look like this. You have the same textures on each side. But if you compare that to my generated stuff, something is definitely going wrong. And the only answers I found online was to adjust these size to make it like the power of 2 size, like a 32, 64, 128. But yeah, that's not working. And I still have these lines, so I've given it up on this for today. See if I can look it up online in between streams. This feels like I spent an hour more or less in silence staring at Google. And that's no fun. Well, for me it's interesting, but so yeah, we're giving up on that part for today. So instead, I'm going to create class, component. Yeah. I wish I had more experience in that part, but no. Well, I think I did something way back. This is probably like way back, 3-4 years ago. I was working on some kind of cloud material, mostly just doing some R&D. And I found this tutorial that was really in depth. I want to remember that it had this information in it, but I can't remember where it is. We all feel that we're lacking, like, in knowledge, experience, what do you want to call it, and it's the worst part when you're. Well, it's also the fun part, right? Because if you can learn stuff, it's always fun. But in the moment, you're like, I just want to know this. Can't I just make it happen? All right, what's a good name for this component? I don't want to call it character arm anim. So just call it arm animation. I mean, it's only me. No one else is going to read this. I don't know. Let's just go with it. I can make changes later on. This terrible name. Terrible name. Well, actually, here's another question for you, Cyril. I think it's more related to your side of the knowledge base. While I was looking for an answer in Unreal's or Epic's official dev documents, they wanted to me to add a line, the default engine init document, do I always need to like do a rebuild after that, or can I just turn Unreal off, press the run compile button, and it should have that change in Unreal? I don't know if I need to do like something like a real complete build. It's also one of those questions as I don't know how people know these things, but they do. Some do. Let's actually do this. Yeah, exactly. The default engine. It's just a single line Boolean, I think, because it's asking me to set the value to 1 if I want to enable the creation of volume textures. It's going into the script rendering section. I need to do. First of all, I don't like you being there. Oh, you okay? You think so? That's kind of... So, I think doing that on stream, I don't think it's going to take that long, but if it's... I don't want to spend like 20 minutes waiting for a rebuild. I might do that offline instead. Okay, okay. I was kind of hoping just using the run would help. Might be. Should I try it out instead? See, it would be nice if I could get that to work, because I do feel I need a bit more time thinking out what to do with the ArmAnimation. You know what? Let's go with it. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm gonna go for a full rebuild. See what happens. One part is likely going to take, like you say, like 30 seconds. And I'm just worried for nothing. Is it already done? I was even a second. Is that rebuild or is a simple build? There's always this is always a difference, right? Because build looks at what's changed and then makes build, and rebuild just goes through the entire thing, right? It's one of those things I looked at some time ago but can't remember. But hey, let's try this out. If it works, I'm gonna be a happy man. Also, looks like it's gonna be a great day, so at least outside. See what happens with this project. It's almost done. Let's see. Textures. Oh, that's start the content. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't think this is working out. The chances are... Why do you keep doing that part? Yeah. I give... This is not working. Yeah, okay. Well, we tried it, and doesn't seem like it fixed the issue. It could, because... So I looked at the source for the default volume textures, and instead of using what I was using, a 2x2 texture, or 2048 by 2048, they had this weird, like, just non-square texture where you had 16,000 in X and 128 in Y. So it's just a stretched out version. Stretched out isn't correct terminology for it, but it wasn't like mine. So I assume I'm doing something wrong. Well, I am. That's just a given. But I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. Alright, do I need to... Pose something first. Can I just do this? Yeah, right, awesome. And we're gonna make it a cube. Something this. Looks weird, but it is what it is. So, what about the transforms? Right. Oh, I can't do this that way. I need a sync component for this. Otherwise I can't control where the pivot is. Can I? Never tried this. Is there a way to move the pivot of a cube in Unreal? Do I even want to try it? Chances are it's quite a lot easier to just add a scene component and attach the cube to it instead. We can always update that at a later stage if needed. Okay. Actually, I do have another question, Cyril. Ryder keeps telling me these things. I haven't seen it as an issue yet, but it's a warning. It's since I'm not, well, I will be creating this as a new property, but I keep getting this warning that it might be destroyed during garbage collection. Never happens. But I'm not sure if I just should have the habit of doing this, because that turns off that warning. I don't know if that's a necessary thing to do, or if it's just a safety precaution to guarantee. Okay, so it should be always there. Alright, that's good to know. And that's just to tell it to don't delete this thing. Just keep it. I need it, I guess. Oh, okay. Awesome. That's good to know. I haven't seen an issue with it yet, but then again, it might happen. I'm just not noticing it. And there's a big problem in the background. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, I'll keep this in mind then. And I'll... Thanks, man. So I'll just have a habit of adding new property. Will make it easy for me. Then I need a use static. Yeah, let's call it our mesh. Let's see, in initialization. Wait. No, I'm not supposed to do this in the ARM component. That's a mistake. Let's see. So now we have those to look at. Need to attach it to the capsule. Okay. This needs to be attached to that. BTU. All right. Perfect. Add a cube view. No, not that one. Let's just go with the cylinder. That's the one I want. No, all right, never mind. And yeah, all right. Need to move you. If it's the right arm, I need to move it to this side. Let's go with a 36 and 25. Need to be something like that. Let's see what this, where this takes us. Right. So now that these two components or assets are in place, did I actually add the arm animation component? Yes, I did. With that, so toggle light, right? Activate and deactivate the light. Need to check for controller, yes. And if this is not a null point and that, Okay, so if this is true, assume I also need an else statement. Because if it's not toggled, I want the arm. Guess I could call this that's how you spell it. I assume so, yeah. And if not, let's call it reset. All right. So once I have those, what do I need in my component then? Yes, I need to. I need this also. On begin play. Did you do these things again? You need to make it a private variable, but let's try this first. Never remember the order of this thing. Assume it's something like this. And it's a component. So I need to do... No, can't I just do a simple find component? I don't need to cast it, do I? Maybe I do. I think I could do that. Are you complaining? Because it can be inside the if statement, right? Will this catch it though? If it's a null, will Unreal crash on me? Assume it will. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna try it out. It's usually how I do things. With that said though, I need to go back to character. For now it's going to be fine, I assume. Or not. Oh, nothing happened. There you go. Yeah. It's fine because there is an animation. So let's just try and move it. Will only crash? Will it just give me a log? Alright, awesome. It's not crashing on me. It's actually pleasant surprise. Perfect. But we're gonna do this. Display. So that's going to be a local variable, right? So I can't use it anywhere else. That's why we need to do something. These are the other components, so let's just add one here. This. That. Go, and now you're going to complain. Because I need to do this. Which also means I move this into, or should I not? Probably not. Doesn't look like Rider wants me to move this into the if statement, so I'll leave it be. That's probably for the best. With that, just to keep track of things. My component. We do a check. If I don't have the cube, that's going to be an issue. Or the arm mesh. Or is it a problem? No. Well, yes and no. See, If I have this selected, I should probably give it to create some kind of subclass. It would be nice to have a... Can I do that? Can I have a slot on the side? Okay. Maybe that is a better approach to have scene component and the arm mesh actually attached to the arm component instead. It's a mistake to... Actually, can I do that? I don't know the limits of a component. But let's try it out. It'll be fine. Yeah, not real. Open this. Okay. Doesn't seem like this is the right approach. We'll take a step back, see if we can get it working again. Looks like it is working. No? So, seems like I need to do something else. It's complaining. Complaining? You are. Wait though. Is it because of this? Getting compiling errors. It's gone from this. Don't have it here. How about this? This likely a very bad approach to it. I just want to get rid of that error. That seems to fix it. Restart. Hopefully the last one in a while. Okay, not sure why that's happening, but it is a little bit. So, all right, we have everything in the character. I don't think I need to make any adjustments in that part of the code. What I need to do now is kind of grab those things. So I need to grab the arm seam component, I think. Is that Unfortunately, in private it is. Need a this needs to be a cost to it's the second. That's the second. This no copy. It's with this, right? No, I'm inside that. Dumb. Actually, I think I need to do this section. All right. I do need to do this. Okay. Okay. All right. Can't find the character. Do that. So now that I have that, I also need that sync components rotation, I guess. So, no, do I need to do that? Perhaps not. As we can find the arm. Sorry. That needs to be UC component. That simple. This is just me trying to figure out how to access all these things. Let's just do warnings. I know what I'm looking at. Text. Arm root. Location. God. That needs to be a string. Then we need to do a arm location. Do string. Go. It's fun. Expecting that. Listen, that part worked. So why are you complaining all of a sudden? I accidentally. Right there. In. Okay. I'm not sure why this is happening. Oh, hello, Herclet. If you're still there. How you doing? Let's see. Still complaining? No. There we go. Awesome. Why? I had to have accidentally removed something. A syntax. Something. Alright. So we're looking at accessing the arm root location, and it's finding the component. Perfect. Baby steps, baby steps. Why are you complaining? Member characters, modular. Oh, yeah. Should I do that? What? Needs to be these rules. I can never remember them. Character equal null. How about that? That seems to make it happy. All right. One yours. I need to be cons, but I need to likely add you to a headed variable. So for now, we're going to leave you as is. Guess next thing we would want to do, I assume this is a simple one. F row. Your arm root. Add component rotation. Hopefully that's a good place. Alright. Is that correct though? Negative 56. EU. Did I attach it to the wrong component? I did. We are not supposed to be connected to this one. I need it to be a capsule. There we go. I'm doing great, man. Well, the stream started well and all, and then all of a sudden I ran into the usual stuff. Things I couldn't fix, things that didn't go the way I wanted it to go, and now I'm just playing with some C++, doing some basic beginner stuff. So how about you? Anything fun happening? No, it's like 8:30 a.m. for me, but who knows? Maybe you've had a good day. Let's see, what was I? It's actually going to close you down. Let's do this. We'll see. Alright, so does that mean you're like in the States then? Or on that side of the globe? Does feel like it would be 12. I assume West Coast. Alright. Alright. Not super familiar with that area, but the only thing I can think of. There you go. Don't get in too much detail, but maybe you guys are neighbors, who knows? Don't dox yourself accidentally, right? Alright, what's happening? Still negative 56, but now you're attached to the correct one. I mean, it's a small country, isn't it? I don't know. You can kind of walk across it. I've heard that it's possible. I saw at least Forrest Gump did it. It ran across the country. So it should be possible, right? Oh. Alright. The plot thickens. Now why it's giving me a negative. The rotation. Is it due to some other rotation? I don't know which one though. How does that make sense, Serial? If he's more north than the west coast. Isn't that what you said? Arclet? Yeah, I guess so. There you go. All right. So I'm clearly not understanding something here. You need to be rotation, by the way. Why is my F rotator giving me a negative value on the Y? Is that the yaw? P pitch yaw? Yeah. Why would the yaw have a negative rotation on it? Oh, of course. Of course. I believe I know the answer to that. Yeah, that's because my player start blueprint is in the negative. If I do this, try it again. There you go. Big brain, big brain. This program thing isn't hard at all. I'm going to make my own engine, I think. This is ridiculous. Shouldn't have to do all these things. What next, though? I assume it's just a matter of... I need to go to some kind of video game education, or was it part of a more academic, like traditional school? It's kind of cool though, having to do that, because then you would have a lot of knowledge. Computer science, I assume. All right. That's cool. I mean, having... I assume also that's probably one of those things that makes all your hair just fly off your head in frustration, right? Well, it's a thing, and if you've done it once, it has to be an accomplishment. Or it's one of those things you remember doing a lot of hard work only to get nothing out of it. I would hate that, but... We have... Let's see. Alright. On the surface, that doesn't sound too hard, but I'm gonna keep that to myself, although I've already said it. Alright. That sounds like a decent project. Did anything else come out of it? Did you keep working on it, or was it just one of those cool things? Oh, yeah. I did a class in academic school. Actually gone to multiple schools, but one of them, you had to learn what to do matrix math, matrix rotation, and things like that. My head just could get it. I spent months on it, still didn't pass. Still can't understand it completely, all those various rotation matrices. Ugh. I assume that's what's part of what you're doing, if you're doing like a full-blown engine. That helps. A good teacher helps a ton. Can't even remember the name of mine. I think that's why they were probably a bad teacher. And or the fact that it's been 15 years. That could also be a factor that kind of removed old garbage data in my head. Seems like my storage capacity is less for each year. We'll see what happens in the future. Maybe I'll keep something at least. Yeah. It's kind of a mind-blowing thing that type of like visual, just small matrix stuff can all of a sudden become these, I don't know what to call it, like visually interesting stuff on the screen. I don't know how to explain the process, but it's just fascinating. And people who take their time and go through all that has my respect, because it's hard. I was more like, ooh, nice colors. I go with that type of guy that back then. Oh. These streaming times. I woke up at 5. I've done it for like the entire week. It is taking a toll. Yeah. I was also one of those that looked at Nanite and was mind blown. And I had to work with it. And it still needs polish. It's not fun. We had, I mean, we're still in, I think it was 5.2 back then, so it's still very new. But they wanted us to do some R&D on it, and we got some decent results. But we couldn't do vertex paint. There was no alphas for foliage like you have now. I do believe they added it in like 5.3, 5.4, and now they've done some extra work on it. So yeah, I'm sure it's a lot better now, but back then it was just a pain. Although that demo of, was it New York? The Matrix demo? That was fun watching. We flew through it using the, using a PlayStation. Yeah, I've heard, yeah. We'll see. I'm careful, although Unreal is constantly, or Epic should I say, is constantly adding a lot of cool stuff to the engine, and I'm always impressed by their work. But from that experience, I'm always a bit careful when it comes to the new stuff. Let's just say it's a safety precaution rather than any concerns that I'm worried that the engine will just blow up on me or something. But yeah, that last I didn't watch the entire thing, but the last presentation where Epic was involved, that was fun. It's a lot of stuff though. Was their Unreal Fest, wasn't it? I think the biggest one was CDPR's Witcher 4 tech demo. That kind of blew up. That was fun watching. Yeah, Unreal Fest, awesome. Just saw like my feed on YouTube was flooded by Unreal stuff. Many of them were like at least 45 minutes long. So I was like, no, not now. I'm not going to watch 15 videos of 45 minutes each. I'm not going to do that. Not, at least not in a row over time, probably. Yeah. All right. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 8:50. Almost time to end this, actually. Do have other stuff that needs to be done today. So let's do some quick save stuff, and we'll also go to this view. Let's make some notes. So we didn't get the custom volume textures into Unreal today. I don't know what happened with the volume conversion. So I need to look into that. I spent way too long on stream Googling. I don't think that's fun to watch, especially when you can't see what I'm Googling. We started the ArmAnimation. I think that maybe not tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last stream for the week. Then I'll go on 2 days off. But I think that for the next stream, we might look more into the design stuff if I have the time to do some research on it. Or we can just continue on the ArmAnimation. I think that could be a fun thing to do. And then finish off the volume textures next week. Other than that, what else do we have? Yeah, we need to rework some mechanics. Playing around with some consumable stuff. That could be fun. But I don't think that's for this week or next. I'm actually going to London next week for work, which is going to be fun. Never been to London. I'm slightly anxious because they are booking our flights through our studio, and it's a mess. The app they're using isn't fun to use at all. Keeps asking me to enter my password every second. It's not fun. We'll see. Do have most things done, so should be fine. Yep. Yeah, especially these ones. I've seen a few apps that are like decent. Keep it simple. Yep. I don't know why. I don't know why they tend to. I assume it's secured stuff, but if it's just super complicated, and it's always a new one. I think we have 4 or 5 apps that I need to keep track of, and it's not fun. Give me 1 or 2, I can deal with that, but if it's more than that, I tend to stress a bit. Not a lot, but just a bit. Frustrating, more than anything. Right. No, I'm not touching that. I've done it. I hated it. No, no. I'm not getting close to that again. Monday.com, or whatever you want to call it, the apps, it's... I mean, I'm not saying there's a lot better stuff out there. There's a ton of really bad apps, but that one, that's a nightmare. I think, well, first of all, Harklet, it was nice meeting you. It's a good chat. And of course, Serial, you tend to pop in every now and then, having good conversation. I love that. Most management apps, yeah. And again, I don't know why. It feels like they're making it more complicated. It needs to be just for the sake of having something to do. Is that controversial to say? Or am I just imagining stuff? No ill towards management job there. It's needed. But please simplify stuff a bit. It doesn't have to be an Excel arc or an Excel spreadsheet in everything you do. Alright. I have nothing else to add. I think the to-do list is full. I think I've saved everything. I probably need to update Git though. So do some commits. Make sure I have everything saved. But I'm gonna end it. And I hope perhaps maybe tomorrow I'll see both of you. And maybe even some few more. And we'll have a nice chat and look more at the ARM stuff. Alright. Right back at you, Harklet. It was nice meeting you too. Nice. So you can kind of tell my voice starting to get a bit raspy now that I've been speaking for like 3 hours. I don't know how they do it. The 12-hour streamers. I don't know. Yep. I'll see you around though. And have a good day. Or for you guys, probably a good evening. And I'll see you around. Bye.